Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Locks of the Day podcast. This is episode number 105. I'm here once again with Zach and Andrew. Today, we're going to give you, once again, all of our premium locks for you. That's 2 picks per sport. We have NHL, NBA, college basketball, and tennis. So we're going to roll right into these picks. Andy, you got the 3-star for NHL, kid. Go ahead and give it to him.
Yes, sir. 3-star for NHL is going to be Sharks and Bruins over 6.5. It's a -115. Pretty simple here. Both teams averaging over 3 goals a game. Sharks averaging giving up 3.5 per game. They are also sixth in the league, letting up 217 goals this season already. And the Bruins are slightly letting up over three, like 3.09 per game. But both teams are giving up over 30 shots per game. So a lot of opportunities here. Solid power play units from both the teams. Sharks having 42 power play goals to the Bruins 48, which is fourth most in the league. Also helps that the Bruins are the second most penalized team. Could create more scoring opportunities here for the Sharks. If the Bruins are just going to be sitting in the box. Bruins at home tonight, they have like a 14-game winning streak, but I think the Sharks are going to be competitive in this one. I do see it going over. I'm seeing like a good like 5-4 game, maybe a 3-4, something nice and tight, but I love the over here for Sharks Bruins over 6.5. So locked that in -115. Zach,
Absolutely love
two.
that pick.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
Zach, you got the 2, kid?
So for our 2-star, we have the Minnesota Wild -1.5 at a +105. Same thing. I'm going to keep it pretty simple here. Flyers played last night. This is the second night of their back-to-back. They won last night by a score of, I believe it was 4-1, I believe.
Yeah.
They beat the Caps pretty good, but the first time these guys played, Flyers won 2-1 in OT. That was at the beginning of the year. Now going into this game, Minnesota is looking like one of the better teams in the league. They're scoring 3.3 goals a game. The Flyers are letting up right around 3.1 goals a game. I think it's just going to be a night where the Flyers are just on tired legs after playing last night at around 7 or 8 o'clock, traveling to Minnesota to go play again tonight at 8 o'clock. So it's not even a 24-hour turnaround for them to go to Minnesota, play again. I just think this Minnesota team's been hot. The Flyers are competing pretty well right now in the East for a playoff spot, but I think they're just going to be overwhelmed tonight by a better Western Conference team that can just put the puck in the back of the net, honestly. And I think they have the better goaltending in this one, whether it's Gustafsson or it's Wallstedt who steps in net. Most likely, you're also going to see the backup goalie for the Flyers. Urson's probably going to be in net tonight, depending on who played last night. Because if I'm not wrong, Dan Vladar played last night,
Mhm.
but I will double check that real quick.
No, Erson played last night.
Arson played last night. There you go.
Yeah.
So Dan Vladar will be in net. So, I mean, honestly, regardless, whoever's in net, well, Vladar's having the better year. But I mean, I can see this one being the same thing. Probably a 3-1 game, maybe a 4-1 game in favor of the Wild, just being on tired legs for the Flyers tonight. So we're going Wild as a 2-star, -1.5 at a +105.
Absolutely love the Wild. Now I'm going to roll into some tennis real quick. Starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, we're going a little 3-star. Benjamin Bonzi money line -135 versus Leandro Righty. Bonzi is number 111 in the world, while Righty is number 172 in the world. Both of these guys definitely play better than their rankings. Righty is actually a very solid player. Usually love betting on the guy. He's a lower ranked guy, but he's got a good serve. He's always pretty consistent with it. He plays some very solid competition and he does well for himself. So definitely got to respect him. Bonzi, he's been around for a little while. He's always been talented for years now. He can be a little streaky at times, though, and when he's feeling it, but he can compete with some real good players. And right now, he's kind of feeling it. He's 10-3 in his last 13 matches while being really strong on his serve. I think it's going to be tough for Righty today, playing against some strong opponents for Bonzi in his last 6 matches. And like I said, he's just feeling it right now. When you're 10-3 in your last 13, you're playing against pretty good guys, and you're a lower ranked guy. That's good stuff. So I think he can handle Righty today. Locking in a little 3-star Benjamin Bonzi money line at a -135. Then going on to the 2-star, scheduled to start at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Going with the great Yannick Sinner, -5.5 at a +110 versus Lerner TN. Sinner's number 2 in the world, as we know. He's one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. And TN is number 27 in the world. TN's also a great young player. He's on the rise. Maybe someday could be top 10, honestly. Very talented. He's been playing some great tennis, if not the best of his career. But we all know a matchup against Sinner will be very tough for him to keep it tight. He's a young player, hasn't gotten that much experience yet, hasn't really played many Sinners or Alcarazes yet. Like we know, it's just a different level of tennis. Sinner, Alcaraz, and then it's a big jump down. I don't care if it's Medvedev, Zverev, whoever, Shelton, like not even close.
Mhm.
And Sinner, as we know, is the most consistent as well, right alongside Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos is more talented in his peak, like when he's performing his best tennis. He's better than Sinner at his best, but Sinner's more consistent. That's like their offsets. And I mean, like I said, they're both levels above everyone. I simply don't think TN can hang with Sinner this match. So Sinner may grab a set 6-2 or even 6-1 on him real quick. You never know, which will make it easy for him to cash his spread. So lock in a little 2-star Yannick Sinner -5.5 at a +110. There's your tennis for you. Now we'll roll right into basketball. Go with some NBA. Andy, you got a 3-star kid?
Yes, sir. NBA 3-star is going to be the Atlanta Hawks -15 at a -110. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets, the shitty Brooklyn Nets. That team's horrible. Hawks have been rolling. They're on a 7-game win streak, which started with the Nets on February 22nd, where the Hawks won by 11. Jalen Johnson finished with a double-double, and Hawks just heavily out-rebound the Nets 52-34. Hawks had 5 guys with over 8 boards.
Did I hear 5 guys?
Yeah, yeah, yep. Of course you
I could
did.
go for a burger and shake. But
Sure.
I can't keep going.
Give us a sponsor. Yeah, Atlanta was all over the offensive glass with 15 offensive rebounds. And Nets are just statistically the worst rebounding team, only averaging 40. They're just bad. They're bad. They're last in field goal percentage, bottom 4 in 3-point percentage, last in rebounding, fourth most turnovers per game. Just a hard team to bet on, whether it's just anything with them. They're just a bad team to bet on. Um, and the Hawks during the 7-game win streak, they're finding their rhythm, averaging scoring 125 points, shooting 50% from the field and 38% from three, which is a couple percent higher than their season averages right now. And they're also just playing great defense, averaging letting up 105. Hawks are just simply rolling. Nets fucking blow. So I'll take the Hawks -15 and a -110. Zach, what do you got?
Nets fucking blow. Zach, what do you got for the two?
And for the 2-star, there we go. I had to make sure the mic worked there. It's going to be Spurs -5 at a -120, taking on the Nuggets tonight. Similar to the NHL pay, you got the Nuggets who won last night and covered. They beat the brakes off the Rockets last night, which helps our Spurs division winner pick, so not bad. But yeah, they come in. This spread last night was at 3.5. It's already now at 5.5. So I wouldn't be surprised if this line starts to go up at least a little bit more. So it's good to get it now where the value is high. Only thing I'd say in this one is you've got Wembanyama listed as a game time decision for an ankle injury. I don't see a reason why he doesn't play. It's not really that bad of an ankle injury. It's just a sore ankle. So if they do sit him, even if they do sit him regardless, I think the Spurs still take this one. I think this Nuggets team, they literally just blew out a team last night in the Rockets that are one of the better teams in the West. Now they've got to go from Denver, travel to San Antonio, and go play probably the best or the second best team in the West tonight in the Spurs. I just don't see them back-to-back nights covering against two of the best teams in the conference, although they have started to play better and they have started to get all their guys back. I just don't know if I'd be able to see it. I just don't think they can keep up with the Spurs and the defensive front that the Spurs have put up. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. Number 3 in defensive rating, number 2 in defensive efficiency. They're only letting up 111 points per game. Their field goal percentage is right around 50% as well. They out rebound the Nuggets. They have more assists. They have more blocks. They have more steals. You name it. This Spurs team has been honestly not only a surprise, but has been a great team to watch all year. So I think Spurs -5 is fitting in this one. So we'll go Spurs -5, -120 as the 2-star.
Love it.
Love it. There's your NBA locks. Obviously, we'll keep it right with basketball. Andy, a little college ball.
Yes, sir. College 3-star is going to be Clemson money line at a -105 versus UNC. Love Clemson in the spot here, carrying the momentum from yesterday's win into today. They beat Wake Forest first. They forced 12 turnovers, had a very balanced scoring with 6 players over 8 points. 34 points coming from the bench showed that Clemson's got a little depth here going into the tournament. These two teams already played a week and a half ago. UNC won by 4. Clemson did held UNC to shooting only 38% from the field, which is pretty good, which forced UNC to shoot threes, and They made 12 of them. So it's like, that's pretty good. They shot 47%. They usually don't do that. They're usually shooting around 34%. So the UNC just had a really good shooting night from behind the arc. And Clemson will be aware of that tonight. They are a great defensive team. They're in the top 20 in defense for points allowed, only giving up 66 on average. They're just a fundamentally smart team. They just limit the mistakes and turnovers. They just do everything, the little things right. And that matters, and that will compound in a game, and you'll literally succeed. You'll have success. I think it's just another game that UNC will have to shoot their way out of this one, with how good Clemson's defense is, especially in the paint. I just don't see that happening again with UNC shooting so well. So give me Clemson at a minus 105 on the money line. Put 3 units on that. Bang. Zach, what do you got, kid?
Oh yeah, so for the two-star, we're gonna have Kent State minus 2.5 at minus 125. They're taking on Ohio. We got Mac corner final ball. We're just gonna buy a point here just in case, because the 3.5 line that doesn't work for me. If we get a game-winning three, we don't cover, so we're buying it down. We'll take a little bit of value away, and that's okay. But these two teams already matched up. I think Kent State is miles better than this Ohio team. This Ohio team hasn't had a bad season. They're 15-16. They went 9-9 in the MAC. But this Kent State team, top to bottom, has been one of the best teams in the MAC. And if a lot of these teams had a normal season for the most part in the MAC, then they probably would have been one of the top teams. I mean, you happen to have a team that went undefeated in conference play. You had another team that went 18-1 in conference play. I mean, usually a 14-4 record in conference play puts you either number one or number two, and this team's sitting at number three. But just in this case, just looking at this Kent State team, I mean, this is a team that averages 86 points a game. They're a top team in the NCAA when it comes to scoring. They rank number 20. I mean, you name it, they are able to at least be in almost the top 100. And that's MAC basketball for you. I mean, they're 30th in offensive rebounds. They're 100th in field goal percentage, 89th in three-point percentage. And I mean, we look at top to bottom, just the comparison of what they match up with Ohio, and they're averaging more points a game. They're letting up just a little bit less in points per game. They're getting more rebounds. They're getting more assists. They're getting more blocks. They're getting more steals. You name it. I think this team is just miles ahead of Ohio. I think the only guy that can really stop them tonight is Ohio's Jackson Pavletsky. This is the kid that went off against Miami, Ohio. He's averaging like 18 points a game. I think he dropped like almost 30 in that game. If there's any white boy right now that can stop a team in March Madness, it's going to be this guy, some dude from Kimberly, Wisconsin. And I mean, this is an absolute white boy. I mean, I can't even explain it. But if there's anyone that's going to stop this team, it's going to be this guy. So if they don't cover tonight, then you know why. But regardless, I mean, this Kent State team, I think, is just way better. I think a team like this, especially when it comes to like the rebounding edge, good teams find ways to win through rebounding, and this is how it'll happen. A lot of times they create extra possessions for themselves, and I feel like these spreads are going to be a little funky, and they've been funky because of the fact that we're on conference tourney week. So Kent State minus 2.5, minus 125, we're going to rock with it, and that'll be it, really. So,
Love it. Yeah, yeah. That's all our premium locks for you. It's NHL, NBA, college ball, and some tennis. You boys got anything else?
We're hot.
Beautiful.
Good.
We're hot. Stay locked. Follow those picks. Get them in before they start today. It's going to be out nice and early. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in once again to the Locks OTD podcast. That was episode number 105, and we'll see you next week. Peace.